Hi, my name is Brittany Rose. Why am I here? Good question. Other than the fact that I hear that you should do one thing every day that scares you, and this is right up at the top of that list for me. I'm here because I have these writings that flow through me, and I like to believe that they're from me, but sometimes I'm not so sure. And in their very loud voices, they are screaming at me that they are here to connect and to resonate and to lift and inspire and motivate. And I'm not here to be another voice in an already noisy, crowded, overwhelming world. I am here to be of service, and I truly believe that these writings, these creations that are coming through me are here to make the world a more beautiful place. So, I also believe in holding sacred space, especially here in this virtual space that I can find really draining and very empty and very lonely sometimes. So if you allow me, I have a guardianship ritual, a guardianship practice that was offered by the Emerald podcast, and I would like to use that to set the sacred space here in this gorgeous land. So guardians and protectors, now I step into this great charnel ground, this great Bardos called the internet. I recognize that this is a place of wild and precarious forces. I recognize that this is a place where I may see things distracting and disturbing that will tug at my attention and try to get in. Guardians and protectors, keep me safe, keep me linked to you, keep me connected so that the four directions, the sun and the moon, so that I remember which way is up even while in the midst of turbulent seas. May anything that does not serve dissolve like frost in the sun into the vast primal ground of space. May all that serves me well in this life and be used for the benefit of all beings. Now, I recently studied with a 5th generation Quechuan medicine woman, a curandera, who taught me the principle of Ayni, which is Quechua for sacred reciprocity. And in short, she described it as never coming to the party empty-handed. How many times have we asked for gifts, blessings, protections, help, but we come with an open hand? So instead, always come bearing gifts, especially if we wish to be heard. So here, for the guardians and protectors of the internet, I have some tobacco leaf, sacred tobacco leaf, that I will be infusing with my life force with my breath. I'm offering to the guardians and protectors. I also have a tobacco leaf that I am offering to the spirits, the resolved spirits of this land that I'm standing on now, which was originally sacred Chumash indigenous land. Please accept my offering. And finally, I offer a Quintu. Now, Quintu was also Quechuan. It typically was coca leaves, but this is laurel. And I'm offering this Quintu of 3 leaves to Mother Earth, to our Pachamama, who is the source of all life. The 3 leaves are representative of the inner world, the earth's surface, and heaven. Please accept my offering. For you, Pachamama. All right. Now that we set the space, these writings are along the theme of reclaiming divinity. I believe that we are all interconnected, that God is within us and that we are not separate from God. And we need to honor that which is within us as most sacred. I have been guilty of placing that which is most sacred apart from me, outside of me. And so reclaiming divinity is a practice of picking up our crowns that have perhaps fallen to the ground and dusting them off and placing them back on our heads. And reminding ourselves that we are all creators and that we are worthy of creating beauty that inspires and lifts. This writing is also named Reclaiming Divinity. And this harkens to that first spark of awareness, perhaps in your wild youth, that distilled version of your inner self that you seek when you get quiet inside, a North Star. So, this is my North Star, and it's called Reclaiming Divinity. I hope you enjoy it. Go cry to a horse, my mother would say, and with plenty of dysfunction as fodder, I would. The warm silken coats, those deep tender eyes, the hot breath blown on my neck, the velvety noses mussing my hair, those beautiful souls were my salvation. We spoke a language without words, whispered between hearts. I'd blow my breath gently into large nostrils, and they'd huff back. Hello, dear friend. Hello, chosen tribe. I recall back to the Judeo-Christian creation story. On the sixth day, having formed humans from the dust and clay of earth, God gives the breath of life. Not using words, but by breathing directly into the human's nostrils. In my own ceremony, I would offer all I had to offer, my breath, my life force, to my friends, and they would respond in sacred blessing, direct from the Creator, infusing me with breath of life. Before I knew it, I'd be laying upon a large, wide back, staring up at a sky of blue, endlessly. Time didn't exist. Ankles dangling past shoulders, head on a generous rump, my childhood was formed upon those broad, soft backs. If I was too upset, I would not ride out. My dear friends relied upon me to steady their own nerves, born high-spirited and easily spooked. When you ride the breed that drinks the wind, always ready to run, you must know your role. I learned to feel from those exquisite teachers, to first feel myself, to slow my breath and blood, and then to feel them. We fused to one another, breath and heart synchronizing. Words were never of much use. No wonder I never felt able to paint my feelings with my voice. I never had to. Even today, I prefer the deafening silence of nature and an infinite crowd of stars above. We'd play in the sunsets on the valley floor, golden grasses haunch high, rippling in the warm winds of summer. The coyotes would be out in packs of 15 or more. Like sly dogs, they'd follow us through the trails, wishful. When the moment was ripe, we'd spin and charge the pack, cutting and hurting them without rhyme or reason, just messing around. Nowhere to be, no one giving me a thought. A savage freedom. Sometimes we would ride out when the moon was full. It would hang like a massive orb above the mountaintops. All in view would be bathed in white, smelling of toasted earth, brighter than day, although the shadows were deeper. I'd feel the warm muscles of my companion rippling beneath my legs, thighs gripping easily, ankles dangling, feet bare, grasses tickling my toes. Thick, dark mane fisted between my fingers. We'd pick our way to the lake where I'd let the mud ooze between my toes. Those summer nights were fertile with magic, as was that girl, before she learned about shoulds and doing and pleasing, and forgot how to be wild. Perhaps we, she and I, can reclaim our divinity together.